Welcome back to the deep dive. We know you want the key AI news fast and clear, so we'll jump right into what's happening today, Thursday, May 1st, 2025.
Absolutely. Today we're digging into some major developments, chip controls, Google's expanding AI, new models from Microsoft, and a lot more.
Okay, let's start with those AI chip export controls. There seems to be a bit of a split in the industry, right?
Yeah, definitely. You've got Anthropic on one side, actually supporting the U.S. Department of Commerce's plan. They're backing this framework for artificial intelligence diffusion.
Huh. So Anthropic likes the idea of export restrictions starting May 15th.
It seems so. They seem to be prioritizing maybe a more controlled rollout of these powerful technologies.
Interesting for an AI company, but NVIDIA's not on the same page.
Not at all. Jensen Huang, their CEO, he's been pushing the Trump administration pretty hard to rethink the rules.
Why? What's his argument?
Basically, that these controls stop U.S. companies from grabbing the huge global AI market opportunities. It's about, competitiveness.
Makes sense for NVIDIA. Now, I saw something about the UAE, that the U.S. might ease up on chip sales there.
That's the latest twist, yes. Reports suggest the U.S. is considering easing restrictions for NVIDIA selling to the UAE.
And President Trump is visiting soon.
Correct. The timings is interesting. And it's worth noting NVDA stock jumped over 4% on that news alone.
Wow. So it shows how much money is tied up in this and maybe some geopolitical factors playing in?
Exactly. It suggests it's not just a simple ban, but a more complex calculation involving economics, security, maybe even diplomacy.
Okay, let's shift gears from hardware to software. Google's AI mode in Search What's New there.
They're expanding it. A small percentage of U.S. users will start seeing an actual AI mode tab in search soon.
So moving beyond just an experiment.
Seems like it. They're integrating it more deeply. And it's not just wider access. The features are improving too.
Like what?
You'll be able to ask more complex questions, multi-part ones, and do follow-ups. Make search more conversational, more exploratory.
And you can pick up old searches.
Yeah, they're adding a feature to resume previous searches. Should make things a bit smoother.
Still on Google, they're putting ads into AI chatbots now, not just their own.
That's right. Their AdSense network is starting to show ads within chats on some third-party AI chatbots.
Who are they working with?
They did tests with AI search startups, iAsk and Liner, and now it's rolling out more broadly.
So ads are coming to our chatbot conversations. Okay. Let's talk about new models. Microsoft's Phi 4.
Yes, Microsoft just launched new open models, and the Phi 4 family, specifically the reasoning models, are the most capable ones they've released in this line.
How capable are we talking?
Well, performance-wise, they're saying Phi 4 is competitive with OpenAI's O3 Mini on some benchmarks.
And these are reasoning models. What does that actually mean for users?
It means they're designed to be better at sort of understanding connections between ideas, solving problems logically, more than just generating text. They're permissively licensed too.
Interesting. So aiming for tasks needing a bit more thought.
Precisely. There's the Phi 4 Mini Reasoning, the standard Phi 4 Reasoning, and a Plus version.
And Meta's busy too, right? I heard about a big hire.
Yeah, Google's product lead for Gemini is reportedly moved over to Meta AI. That's a significant talent grab.
Usually signals big plans.
Often does.
Huh.
And Meta also just put out its first dedicated AI app.
Oh, yeah. What's that about?
It features their Llama 4 model and seems very focused on consumer applications, bringing AI features directly to users in a standalone app.
Got it. Okay, let's look at AI in different sectors. Education Duolingo seems to be making massive strides.
Huge strides. They're crediting AI for a massive increase in course creation. Get this, 148 new courses in their latest update.
148. How does that compare?
It's more than they launched in the entire previous 12 years combined.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So AI is just turbocharging their content pipeline.
It really seems like it. And they're actually restructuring because of it, focusing more on generative AI for content and automation.
Meaning less reliance on human contractors.
That seems to be the plan, yes. Using AI where it can handle the work effectively.
Okay. How about creative industries? Still lots of tension around AI and copyright.
Definitely. The UK government is actually stepping in, planning to amend their data bill because artists are raising concerns.
Understandable concerns, I imagine, about their work being used for training without permission.
That's a core issue, yes. Consent and compensation. So the government's promised an economic impact assessment on potential copyright changes.
And they'll look into transparency and licensing, too.
Yes, reports on transparency, licensing, and data access for AI developers are also part of the plan. Trying to find some balance, it seems.
Right. Shifting to business use cases. AI writing code. Satya Nadella had a striking figure.
He did. Said up to 30% of Microsoft's code is now written by AI.
30%. That's huge. Shows how integrated AI is becoming in actual software development.
It really does. And we're seeing specific tools pop up too, like this open source app, Invoice Reconciler.
What does that do?
It's on GitHub. Uses Llama Index and Llama Cloud to automatically check if invoices match up with contracts.
Ah, automating compliance checks. That could save a ton of time.
Can you imagine uploading documents and having AI flag issues? And then there's Alibaba's Kin 3 Coder.
Another coding assistant.
Yes, but this one's fully free, even the API. And they claim it can build full-stack apps and holds its own against models like GPT-4 in coding and reasoning tasks.
Fully free and competitive with GPT-4. That's disruptive.
Potentially very disruptive for developers. Lowers the barrier significantly. And speaking of free and open source, there's also Suna AI.
What's Suna AI?
It's pitched as a fully free, open source, local generalist AI agent. It has a UI and is being compared to commercial tools like Manatus or Genspark AI.
A local open source alternative in the agent space.
Interesting. Okay, one more technical point, rethinking RA. Retrieval augmented generation.
Yeah, there's some pushback against the standard way it's often done, especially the idea that RA equals vector database.
Because vector databases are just one way to retrieve information. Exactly. The key, as experts like Sid Probstein point out, is getting the right context to the LLM securely when needed. It's not just about dumping everything into one massive vector store.
So what's more important then?
Re-ranking the retrieved information for actual relevance to the specific query. That's getting a lot more focus, making sure the LLM sees the best stuff first.
And is there an alternative architecture being discussed?
Yes, something called federated AI search. Instead of moving all your data to a central vector database,
You query existing systems.
right, query your email, your file shares, your databases directly, then use an LLM to sort through and summarize the results from those different places.
Ah, so data stays where it is. Better for privacy and compliance, maybe?
That's the argument. Avoid centralizing potentially sensitive data while still leveraging AI to find information across the organization.
A more distributed approach, then. Makes sense. Well, that's quite a tour of today's AI landscape. Things are certainly not slowing down.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Developments across the board, hardware, software, models, applications, even the core techniques like RGA are evolving fast.
So as you think about all this, consider how these shifts, the chip politics, the smarter search, the new models, AI helping write code, different ways to access info might impact things.
And perhaps reflect on this. With AI moving so quickly, are we focusing enough on ensuring the foundational elements, like how we evaluate models or manage data access, are keeping pace with the capabilities?
A crucial question. Keeping informed on both the potential and the underlying challenges is key. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.